The tides of history have left me little choice. And once again, science will require the sacrifice of the insignificant. In 47, we had a chance. There was a pact made for the greater good. And today it will be broken. It's a shame, really, that progress must take such a step back.
I thought this place was quarantined. You gotta be kidding. The hell is that?
It was supposed to be a routine mission. We go in, identify the biohazard, clean, and get out. We'd experienced hot zones before. We've had to use force before. This was different. The drop location was different. Very different. Government conspiracies, secret weapon testing, alien. I didn't believe any of it. Nothing could have prepared me for what I was about to encounter. This is my story, my journey. My team's mission was to locate a missing Army hazmat squad. They went into Area 51, and all contact was lost. When we first arrived, we found horrors beyond imagination. Mutated humans, aliens, and shadow conspiracies. As we descended into this hell, my teammates were killed, one by one. I escaped death, but in that fight for survival, I became infected. I was changed. As my powers grew, my humanity died. In the end, I was left to complete this mission, alone.
didn't do it. Maybe the proton shift is off. No, that's not it. Reflection disks alignment. Electron volts are up. Atom reflection is where it needs to be. Puzzling. It should work. Let's repeat.
Here. Jam. The interference from multiple locations above your current position. Eliminate the interference. Contact again. specialist. I know it's going to hell down there. But you must move forward. We can override some of the security doors from the command group and perhaps give you a path out of there. Good luck, Cole.
With the machinery of deception. It's this deceit that might draw our last breath. The vision of the infected can help you see things unseen. Eliminate the human.
Smasher's on his way.
Please!
Everybody's in place.
Who's the girl? She's bait. Get ready.
Welcome, guests, to the rainforest.
Hey, Tommy, check out these piranhas. What's upstairs, little man?
Found in many of the rainforest waterways, piranha are shy and harmless in small numbers.
I got nothing to say.
In large groups, however, these animals savagely attack
It's an
any
ambush!
intruder
Take
in
me
their
with you and I'll
environment.
tell him not to shoot you.
They shoot, you don't.
Yo, Tommy, don't shoot! It's me and the Punisher.
You dumbass! I should shoot you myself! Hold
Never did like one.
Open wide, dipshit!
Don't be worried if you can't see them.
Go away!
Very soon, they're likely still inside their cages.
Missed me.
Some of the deadliest spiders and insects on Earth live in rainforests. Don't be worried if you can't see them. These creatures are very secret and are likely still inside their cages. Exotic plants found only in the rainforest. Here,
You're
most
too slow,
species
Punisher.
coexist with the rainforest's flora.
What?
Got something you'd like to confess?
Cut that shit out! I just started last week! It's an ambush!
These displays contain exotic plants found only in the rainforest. Peer closely to see the insects.
You're dead!
Sing for me, scum.
Let me go. They don't tell me nothing. This is all bushwhackers doing. Ask him.
In the clearing ahead, you'll catch a glimpse of an ancient Aztec temple. The Aztecs once ruled one of the most advanced civilizations in the Americas.
Lay down.
Violent wars were fought nearly to a slaughter like criminals.
Try shooting me now, Ed.
Talk to me or things could get unpleasant.
Let me go.
In the clearing
They don't tell me nothing.
you'll catch a glimpse of an ancient Aztec temple.
This is all bushwhackers doing. Ask him.
Most advanced civilizations in the Americas. Their customs would seem bloodthirsty and savage to us today. Violent wars were fought nearly to obtain slaughter.
You dirty bastard.
The victims were placed across the altar, and their hearts were removed as their blood flowed over the stone. In this way, the gods and demons that ruled the Aztecs were believed to be appeased.
World Soccer winning 11-8 international. A very good afternoon to all of you. My name is Peter Brackley. It's an exhibition match. The United States versus England. Joining me in the commentary box is Trevor Brooking. Welcome, Trevor.
Yeah, hello, Peter. It's a pleasure to join you.
The two teams are coming out onto the pitch. Players going through the formality of the official team photo. The expected formation is displayed on the screen. We're off. The United States are playing with a back four.
This formation should work well, I think.
The referee blows his whistle. Sturdy defence here. Own goal! What a nightmare!
They'll be kicking themselves after conceding a goal like that.
They have benefited from the own goal, Trevor, but I don't suppose they'll be complaining about that.
I wouldn't have thought so, Peter. They'll take it whatever the source.
They're now a goal down. What do you think they can do to pull things around, Trevor?
I think it's important they get back in the game as quickly as possible. I think about changing people around a bit.
Goal kick. Either side afraid to get stuck in. Plays it out to the left wing. Scholes. Can he find his man? The referee just having a quiet word. No booking, says the referee. This is a big opportunity. Straight at goal. They win the throw deep inside the opponent's half. What sort of ball can he put over? The Got over the goal line. Goal kick here. Takes it off to the side. It's off on the long run. Is this the equaliser? He goes for the equaliser. Just a little right of the target. Further forward. Rivers. Yes! He's squeezed in an equaliser! 13 minutes play. That's the equaliser. He strikes it into the right-hand corner of the goal. It's always been a tight game, and now there's nothing between the teams on the scoreboard. It's been hit so well, and there was little the goalkeeper could do. Here's another look at the goal. Back in it, Trevor. You think about sneaky women?
Well, I don't see why not. In these situations, it's often the side that comes from behind that has the momentum.
Got back on level terms,
and they want to go on from here, definitely.
He's still on the run. Takes the ball sideways. Down the left flank. What a finish!
They look shell-shocked. They just have to get a grip of themselves.
And finally turned it around. Great shot. The atmosphere here is totally electric. Great goal there, Trevor. Super run.
He just skimmed past the defence. With pace like that, they were never going to catch him.
Let's watch that again. They've fallen behind, Trevor. Can they come back?
Well, if they can give their all until the final whistle, who knows?
5 minutes to go to half-time. Down the left. Oh, what a goal!
What a shocker. They need to wake up quickly, or this could be a massacre.
The closing moments of the first half. They've stretched their lead. The goal came from the forward. There's a frenzied atmosphere in here.
That was a wonderful run of forward competition. Absolutely breathtaking. If there's one thing defenders don't like, that is running at them.
They've opened up a 2-goal lead, and it's thoroughly deserved. They take it easy from here on, Trevor.
Well, I don't want to take any unnecessary risks. I mean, they've not opened up.
Shoots! The keeper clears! Good awareness from the keeper. Faces the ball for the first corner of the game. Plays it short. So we reach the midway point in the game. So how would you describe the game so far, Trevor?
Well, it's not a classic, but I've seen a lot worse.
At half-time, the score is 3-1.
my underwear on backwards.
Well, so, music to me ears.
All your sound effects custom made by me.
Can you hear me now?
Plankton is using those radio towers to broadcast his evil messages across the sea. SpongeBob, you have to find a way to shut those towers down. You have enough Goofy Goober tokens. Now I can teach you the bash move.
Now I am the master. Wow! Thanks, Mindy!
Those radio towers are broadcasting Plankton's hypnotizing messages. If we don't do something soon, every creature in the sea will be under Plankton's control. You have to go into the desert and shut them down.
Isn't this the really dangerous desert that no one has ever returned from?
No. I think that's the desert next to this one.
Oh, well, in that case, I'll have those towers shut down in a jiffy. That's giving up manliness, even in the corners.
Good luck, kid. You ain't never gonna get to that tower.
These just ooze macho. Up to Daisy! That's a headache waiting to happen. Nothing like little man type stuff. Black belt, here I come! I'm not feeling like a game of catch right now. Boing! I'm not feeling like a game of pets right now. These just ooze macho. Vacuuming up manliness, even in the corners. I'm hydrodynamic. Whoa! Take a breath, man. Okay, this is a bit slippery here. Super fun! Saving the day! Sorry about this, evil radio tower. Nothing like a little man type stuff. Simple but satisfying. I'm feeling like more of a man already.
Hey, Lloyd! Here's the one about the sponge that made it through the desert.
Boing! Green Bikini Bottom, one hapless soul at a time. These just ooze macho. Return to sender! the room spinning, or is it just me? I'm feeling like more of a man already. These just ooze macho. That giving up manliness, even in the corners. Just me. I'm doing this for your own good, Radio Power. We're men.
Be sure not to touch these, or you'll get hurt.
Super fun! Saving the day! just ooze macho. Bikini Bottom, one hapless soul at a time. Is the room spinning or is it just me? Turn asunder! More work for the boys back home! One more Krabby Patty with extra manliness, please. I'm not feeling like a game of catch right now. Boing! We're men! This hurts me more than it hurts you, evil radio collar.
SpongeBob, Patrick, it's time to start your journey. Drive the paddy wagon through Bikini Bottom to the edge of town. This road will take you through Bikini Bottom to the edge of town. Don't let the paddy wagon take too much damage, or you'll have to start again.
Our journey begins. Epic, heroic, daring, valiant, courageous!
SpongeBob, you're driving a sandwich.
Not just a sandwich, a Krabby Patty.
With cheese!
So much destruction.
know how to drive.
The paddy wagon is back in the race. Drawbridge is going up. There's the edge of town.
You've reached the edge of town, and now you can go on to the next part of your journey. Here's your reward. Come back again if you want another driving challenge.
Up we go! How much of a man do I have to be? Jumper, jumper, jumper-oo!
all the red.
You need nothing.
My sister and I will be waiting. mirror already, so Joey won't mind giving it to you. Joey's had nothing but work lately, so Joey's been really bored. So, if you entertain Joey, you can have it. The more you struggle, the more fun it is to watch!
Stand It's the intruder.
Williams, I'm still on fire from the back. I need backup.
I've spotted the intruder. Hurry and take them out. What are you doing? What are you doing? Come on, hurry up and take them out. What the hell do you think you're doing?
Thanks. You're pretty good.
sharp.
Roger.
I've made contact with the enemy. Do we have permission to open fire? You have permission to fire.
no ordinary ship. It's laid out like a labyrinth.
This game has not yet been rated.
They thought they were invincible. They thought it was inaccessible. They thought it couldn't be stolen. They were wrong. Stolen. Coming soon.
This game has not yet been rated.
EA Sports.
Climbing up the wall, through the legs, doing what I gotta do. Y'all better recognize I got this sold up. What you gonna do? So serious, serious. Y'all know how I do. From the field to the street, grass, concrete, NFL Street 2. We gonna play today, we gonna play tonight. Everything is going good, everything is feeling right. So show me you got skill, bring your A game, come right now. You know this is no drill, was there a guy? Off the wall, behind the bike. On the city on the walls, on the city on the walls. Train coming when I'm running the field. I step into the end zone, cause I'm no need to yield. My team is too strong, My D is just right. I'ma put your QB on his back every time, day or night. We gonna play today, we gonna play tonight. Everything is going good, everything is feeling right. So show me you got skill, bring your A game, come right now. You know this is no drill, what's that ready now?
Hi, my name is Corey Wilkening. I'm with First Party QA. I'm going to show you a cool move for Hot Shots Golf 4. It's called a high dokeru or a low dokeru. For this move, I'm going to try and do a low dokeru through the trees by pressing up on the directional pad when I get to the full power and up again on the directional pad when I hit the perfect impact. For this shot, I'm going to do a high dokeru in which you push down when you get full power and down again when you get the perfect impact. The low dokeru shot is good for getting under the trees or obstacles that are in your way. High dokeru shot is good for getting over trees or onto the green and having the ball not move. Have fun and enjoy the game.
Hi, my name is Sandra Mitchell, and today I'm going to show you how to get a guaranteed out in MLB Slugfest Loaded. Okay, now that you have a runner on first base, you want to throw to first base and let the runner hit you. Once you drop the ball, grab it and throw it immediately to second. and you can get him out every single time. Now this cool move only works in Slugfest mode with just one runner on first base, and since I'm not cool enough to come up with a cool move on my own, I'd like to thank Eric Cobbs for this one.
With roots seated deep in the rich history of Greek mythology, God of War deftly fuses puzzle-solving ability with robust combat and frenetic action, and a brutal yet absorbing tale of destruction and redemption.
God of War begins with Kratos, who has climbed to the top of the highest mountain in Athens in ancient Greece, and he has this line. He says, "Not even the gods of Olympus can save me now." And with that, he takes a step and he throws himself off the mountain, and right before he hits the ground, we flash back 3 weeks before, and that's really the game that you play.
When bringing God of War to life, the development team went back to their childhoods, where their passion for storytelling and Greek myths began.
Creative director Dave Jaffe came up to me and goes, "What do you think about Greek mythology?" I was immediately intrigued by it because there's a lot of monsters that everybody already knows who they are, and I wanted to play a game that I wanted to be able to rip Medusa's head off and turn people to stone, and I wanted to fight Cyclopses.
When they said, "Hey, we're thinking about Greek mythology for God of War," I was like, yeah, let's definitely do that. It's something that's been a passion of mine for a long time, and I know a lot of other random Greek mythology tidbits and elements that have proved pretty useful during the development process.
With such an incredible and revered history to draw from, the team was able to extrapolate their own unique anti-hero as timeless as anything Homer could have conjured up.
Kratos was a warrior in the Spartan army, and there was this one battle, and Kratos is there. He's about to just get killed by the barbarian king, and he calls out to Ares, the god of war, and says, "Make me this great warrior, save my men, save me, and my soul is yours." And Ares gives Kratos these blades that are attached to these chains, and he's now bound to these blades called the Blades of Chaos forever.
These chains are as menacing as the warrior wielding them, but they aren't the only way to effectively dispatch your enemies.
Initially, they were kind of in the air about where they wanted to go with the look of the weapons. They didn't want it to be too fluid and too nice and too dainty. So they wanted it to be more brutal and more aggressive, but it's really difficult when he's swinging things around and not feel like a very choreographed fight scene. So we kind of found that middle ground.
The combat system really comes to life when the player customizes their attack combos with a stunning variety of mythical weaponry.
You've got all kinds of really cool gadgets and weapons like the Medusa head, the Zeus thunderbolts. You can raise the dead from Hades to come up and fight by your side.
You know, you can dash, pop a guy up in the air, use the Medusa head, he falls down and shatters. You get extra points for that. So it's really giving the player a palette to work with and let them be the artist.
In its quest to appeal to slightly more mature gamers, God of War places a strategic emphasis on puzzles that require more thinking than most games of the action-adventure genre.
Most games today, the puzzle is pull the lever, the door opens, or find the key, put the red key in the red door, and it's just like, you've got to be kidding me. It's like, I was so excited to bring real puzzles back to this genre.
There are a lot of different ways to approach any given situation in God of War. You could be confronted with something that seems sort of insurmountable just by going in there and doing the combat, but if you think about it a little bit, there are resources made available to you in the level that'll allow you to get around that situation a little bit easier.
God of War is one of the most graphically impressive games ever created for the PlayStation 2, with stunning environments that are as vast as they are intricately detailed.
I'm always the guy that the engineers want to strangle because I try to absolutely push this engine to the max. In the opening level of the Hydra, we've got thousands of particles that are on screen. I wanted to have reflective surfaces that look like puddles where when the player walks through you can see his reflection. I wanted to have tons of geometry. I wanted to have wood splattering everywhere. I wanted to have 30 guys on screen. That's what we wanted to accomplish, something that was just visceral and massive.
All that kind of stuff is a programmer's nightmare, basically, because you have to kind of make sure that your engine runs as fast as it possibly can in every different scenario that the designers and artists have managed to create while building the game, and that's kind of a big challenge. So what we've done is just be very careful to make sure that all of our tools allow us to give good instruction to the artists and designers and how each of the different scenes in the game can be made to run as fast as they possibly can.
Plus you've got like all this fog in the background and one fog coming off of the water, particles spraying over the mast. We wanted the first level of God of War just to be something that, you know, it's going to make you want to play the rest of the game.
The producers know that the key to a great game is to engage the player at an emotional level, and God of War aims to do just that.
I think anytime you make a game, you set out to try to make emotion in the game. That when the player is playing the game, he feels emotion. And if it's gripping the controller tighter, if it's having to put it down and walk away because your heart's pounding, if it's just that you're having so much fun that you forget to go to sleep or you're late for your job because you know you're trying to solve a puzzle. I mean, that's what we wanted to create.
By utilizing the stories from our ancient past, God of War delivers the cutting-edge game of the future and what's sure to become a classic. But there's more to this game than meets the eye, and additional secrets will be revealed next month.
This is the game not only that I wanted to make 3 years ago, this is the game I've wanted since I was a 10-year-old kid, and I finally got to make it, and I'm so grateful, and I think players are going to be grateful too, because it's going to be cool.
The Oracle warned Tati to beware the temptation that came with her curse, for the mark was evil. They were not the only ones with interest in these words of power. Someone else was amassing a library of evil.
The way Rise of the Kasai is set up, it's sort of a prequel and a sequel. Rise of the Kasai can really stand on its own. You don't need to have played Mark of Cree to understand it or enjoy it.
We wanted to explain some of the origins of the Kasai and the Rakus, and to do that we really had to go back in time before the last game.
Rise of the Kasai is a strategic combat game that kind of allows itself to be more or less of either, depending on the player's interest.
Our approach has always been give the player a unique experience, and we'll use any tool in our arsenal to get that across.
The story definitely has its origins in classic literature and mythology. We're following Rao, who was the hero from the first game, and his little sister, who was an annoying 10-year-old in the last game, is now a 20-year-old warrior who's pissed off at the world. The animators had a lot of fun with Tati when they started developing her moves and her personality and the way she kills, whereas Rao is very noble, and to him, you know, the fight is honorable and he kills someone and they are dead and he moves on. Tati's much more like a cat playing with a mouse. One of the main conflicts running throughout the game's story is the relationship between Tati and the spell that she has on her back. The spell is absolutely evil, and it seeks to control Tati. It's trying to tempt her to join the Kasai. It does this through bribing her with subtle tastes of the power that it could ultimately give her. This power is manifested in different skills that she can use in the game. An important weapon that Tati has in her arsenal is a puffer mushroom. You place one against the wall, you go and hide, and you wait for an unsuspecting enemy to come walking past him. They're dead. Grice is a mysterious character. He wasn't in the Mark of Cree. He's new to Rise of the Kasai. We kind of refer to Grice as having a very zen approach to combat.
Grice suffers from the same problem that Tati suffers in the game, which is he's marked with this evil tattoo. He's been very successful in controlling it. He's actually mastered it. And he's been trying to teach Tati that and try to keep her on the good path. Bamusu is the most boisterous of the four.
He's the big guy that just loves to fight, and he'll laugh while he's doing it, and he enjoys it. He is noble as Rao, but just gets a kick out of it.
We take a real dynamic approach to how we use our camera in combat. We free it from behind the player and spin it around the action, zooming it in and out of the action to really give a sense of combat and energy.
So if you walk into an environment in the game, the camera takes a very casual third-person view, and it's really allowing the player at that point to just kind of examine the scenario and see what's happening. The minute you do something like actually get into a fight, the camera begins to play a different role. It'll actually start rotating around the characters. The reasoning behind that was to get the player to feel like he's involved in the fight. So we're throwing you in.
Before we start a level, we try to figure out generally what the cultural flavor is going to be. We try to infuse a lot of different cultures into it, like Middle Eastern cultures and Asian cultures and Polynesian cultures, all kind of mixed up together in a kind of a cultural soup, so you really feel like you're traveling within this world.
It all blends together. They've done a really good job of putting you in the environment and making you feel like you're in a very living, breathing world.
Rise of the Kasai does excel as a two-player online combat game. It's much easier to work together, especially for the strategy elements with two players.
One person could take the high road, the other person could take the low road. The battles could be joined. You could join up with a partner and fight with the enemies, or you could sort of sneak around. One person could be stealthy, another person could be aggressive.
For the music of Rise of the Kasai, we really wanted it to fit with the way we created the environments. I met a guy named Mr. Bang many years ago. He's from the mountains between Thailand and Mongolia. The composers were on hand to see how he does what he does so they can create a tool set to integrate into their sound. So all the elements we use are organic instruments. They may have a more modern, maybe even techno feel in some ways, but all done organically. This really allows us to integrate that into our spiritual elements and bring a more realistic and exciting cultural experience.
It's just like...
The one thing that unifies the group is their interest in art and in film. We have people that are from the video game industry that have been around for 15 years. And then we also have people from the animated feature film industry who have got a lot of experience in making movies. So the groups have kind of come together and found this common ground of what we think a game should look like.
We have a lot of very talented artists on our team who are all traditionally trained, so texture maps are all done by hand. That lends more to the organic sense about these levels. It's all just coming out of the mind of the artist and the talent of the artist.
They've got a great animation style that goes into the combat, and when you see it in action, it looks almost like a ballet. They've got a great sense of timing that they translate from the animation to the actual player, where you feel in combat you're almost dancing around, but you're dancing around in sort of a brutal, quick way.
We've likened ourselves to an independent film studio. We want to make things that are recognized for their artistic content and their depth.
We have two sets of cinematics. We have our in-game cinematics that tell the story with the actual characters and the environments in which the game kind of takes place. And then we have the bookend movies. These cinematics actually unveil more of the story before the actual game starts.
The whole style of these movies is a little bit more unique. It's almost like a living comic book, or, you know, if you were to see a Japanese print or a Chinese print sort of come to life, you know, sort of rice paper backgrounds and big black sumi brush and watercolor sort of thing.
We'll experiment a lot and try different techniques, different avenues, just to keep people entertained.
get when PlayStation and Camp Woodward, the leading action sports training facility, launch a search combing the country for the new school talent in BMX, skateboarding, and inline? It's the PlayStation Big Hookup. It all kicked off with a series of events held at 10 skate parks from Florida to California, crisscrossing the USA in search of new talent. Inliners, skateboarders, and BMX bikers were given the opportunity to show what they know in their chosen disciplines.
It's gonna be a good one.
30 finalists, one from each discipline from all 10 events, would be flown to Camp Woodward on PlayStation's dime for an all-expenses-paid, week-long competition, all vying for the grand prize, $5,000, and the use of Woodward's facilities on the East and West Coast for all of the 05 season.
We go to 10 different stops, 10 different cities. We do a contest. We give prizes to all the kids. There's one winner per sport, inline skateboard and bike. And those winners will go to Woodward Camp Week 12 to compete for the finals.
Each competition featured 5-minute open jam sessions with 10 competitors going at a time under the watchful eyes of a panel of judges comprised of Woodward staff members. The top 10 riders then had a final session to select the winners.
We're getting crazy.
There was a bunch of things we looked for in today's winners. First of all, this contest is a little bit different from ones that I've been at before because we're kind of looking at kids' attitudes. Are they having a good time? Are they having fun? What kind of tricks are they doing? Are they going big? Are they doing tech stuff? Do they look comfortable? Are they flowing around? Are they looking a little sketchy? Just their overall riding.
Criteria we use for today's winner is based on attitude, skills, consistency, and the willingness to ride hard and present a good image for skateboarding and a good solid rider, all the way around, a person with heart.
I like to see somebody who uses an entire street course or an entire skate park and can step onto the vert ramp and have a respectable session, step onto the street course, have a respectable session. They may not be the best at everything, but they're using a better line and they're incorporating the idea of what this course was made for.
It's so much fun. You're competing with people you know, and this turned out to be more fun than a competition.
It was great. It was intense. The guys were throwing down and just made me get even more psyched up to go out there and throw stuff down.
All kinds of prizes were awarded, and the winners of the 3 disciplines at each venue were invited to spend an all-expenses-paid week courtesy of the PlayStation Big Hookup in Pennsylvania at Camp Woodward, the mecca of action sports training and hanging out.
Camp Woodward, you can't say enough good things about those guys. Anytime Camp Woodward gets involved, it's a win-win situation. They're just an awesome group of people, and you can't ask for anything better than that. So I think anything Camp Woodward touches ends up being gold.
It's just a fun place to be because you can do your sport. You're there with people who are enthusiastic about it, the other kids who are there, as well as the instructors who are there. Everybody's just in love with the sports that they do. So they all kind of come to this place, this mecca, to learn together.
If you can get yourself to Woodward, then do it. It's awesome. It's so nice. East or West, they're awesome.
But the PlayStation Big Hookup is not just about competition and prizes. It's about discovering and developing new talent. Participation, sportsmanship, and the proper attitude are all key in making the young talent of today into the future stars of tomorrow.
I'm just making sure they got a smile on their face, There was a lot of times throughout my skating when it turned into work, and I want to make sure that they don't forget it's fun first. I've been getting to meet and actually go out and skate with some talent that I would have never, ever run into, and now they're coming to Woodward to hang out with us, and I think it's an amazing thing. I wish it was going on when I was a young guy,
So the prelims are over, and our top 30 winners are off on a week-long trip to the finals at Camp Woodward, courtesy of the PlayStation Big Hookup. Check out the finals in our next issue, where 3 of these gravity-defying Gen Nexters will ride off with season passes to the Shangri-La of action sports training. It's all when PlayStation Big Hookup rolls on.
From Atari to Vectrex, there's one place that you can go to meet the creators, get your hands on the machines, and play the video games of the 60s, 70s, and 80s, the Classic Gaming Expo.
Classic Gaming Expo is an exposition that showcases video games from the early 70s to about 1990, both home games and coin-operated games.
Wandering the show, it's like a who's who of video game history.
And I did Yar's Revenge, I did E.T., I did Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Pong, it was a very simple game. It was meant to be an exercise. They didn't tell me that. I did it, and it became a hit. It became Pong.
Tron Solar Sailor, Kaboom, and Bridge. And Kaboom is a very simple game where you have a controller and you move buckets back and forth to try to catch the bombs that the Mad Bomber is dropping.
Mind Strike and Thunder Castle.
With all these guys who laid the groundwork for the video games of today, we couldn't help but wonder what were some of their favorite classic games.
Defender, Robotron, and Millipede.
Centipede. Breakout was my favorite.
And every time I see Centipede, I got to play it.
After playing some of these games ourselves, we wanted to know what made them so addictive.
They were designed to be quarter suckers on purpose. They started off easy and then would ramp up, and these guys mastered the algorithm so that you'd get hooked and held and hooked and held.
And it's a very much like a spectator sport too, because these old arcade games are meant to be watched by crowds and you're supposed to be lured to these games.
As a matter of fact, I did a console version of Q*bert, and we timed it exactly to the arcade machine. And when we handed it over to the publisher, they said, this is fine, but the game's over in 3 minutes, and the people, you don't want to slap them in the face with a home game.
The thing that's different about classic games is games that use these older technologies didn't have great graphics or sounds to rely upon. All they had was gameplay, and great gameplay holds up. A really good game is a game that's simple to play, but difficult to master.
The good news for today's gamers is that a lot of these classic games are now available on your PlayStation 2.
We basically take games like Pac-Man or Defender, Joust, and we put them onto a collection and sell those out there.
Roger, Chief.
One of the latest games we've done is Midway Arcade Treasures. We're following that up with Midway Arcade Treasures 2, which is going to contain Mortal Kombat 2 and 3 and Primal Rage and all these classic games that, like a few years ago, weren't really considered classics, but now they are.
The type of gameplay in these things, these short, addictive, fast games, was something that had been lost in the new games, and that it would be nostalgic for the people who remember them, but that also kids who've never seen this would also recognize this.
Like the classic arcade treasures. You can play like Joust, Defender, Adventure, 720.
And I'm really happy and surprised to find out that I was right, that the kids really are going for it. So yeah, it was really ideal, having been there and written some of the games that 20 years later, working on and producing the emulator with some of my own games being emulated inside it.
Television game do they find themselves playing the most on their PlayStation 2?
Biplanes, which is like a 2K game. Two people who know how to play biplanes on Intellivision. It's a work of art. It's like a ballet, a sky ballet.
Before we left, we wanted to take a closer look at the game that started it all, Computer Space 1.
The game that I really enjoyed the most to see here are the very oldest games. The original Computer Space that Nolan built and the funny yellow fiberglass cabinet. That thing barely worked. It was a vacuum tube television set. I mean, this is really ancient.
So, if you're feeling nostalgic for the olden days of video gaming, and you don't want to wait for next year's Classic Gaming Expo,
I can hardly wait till the next one.
Just flip on your PlayStation 2 and check out some of your favorite games from the past.
Heather Grice, and I'm from Jackson, Tennessee. A little podunk town, but nonetheless it's there.
My name is Thomas Rucker. I'm from Brentwood, New York. Where I live is Long Island. It's really more of a suburban area.
I'm really big into video games. I've always been a big fan.
24 years old. I've been playing video games since I was like 6, 7 years old.
I absolutely love RPGs. I'm really addicted to those type of games.
I'm really a big fan of RPGs. Some of my favorite games now are Amplitude and Frequency. They're done by Harmonix. They're really good music games. I like Contra, Shattered Soldier, SOCOM II, and Midnight Club 2, and Xenosaga.
Final Fantasy VII, of course, is like, to me, the mother of all RPGs. And Star Ocean Second Story is definitely like right up there, equal with Final Fantasy VII, just because it has more of a different kind of storyline.
I've got a mix of everything. I've got driving games, racing games, online games, pretty much everything.
A lot of platform action games and exceptional few racing games I'm into.
If it's a really good story, you'll really be into it.
Like when it comes to multiplayers, I still sit in quiet, you know, like I want to come up behind them, creep up behind them and like strike them without them even knowing I'm there, sort of thing. But I'm very competitive. I don't like losing at all.
Well, I'm in the Gamer Advisory Panel. I met some really good people there. On the GAP site, we talk about everything from games to what's going on in our lives, pretty much whatever, you know. It's really becoming a good community, and you know, I hope it's around for a while. You know, got people of all ages from all over playing all sorts of games. It's just cool to meet people that are into games as much as you are.
I'm a really artistically inclined person. I lean more towards the Japanese style of it, you know, with the big eyes and the really large expressions, just because of the fact that they're very readable and the expressions are obvious, even without words. You know, you don't have like little thought boxes a lot in games because their animation's supposed to express that. They're supposed to be able to visually see it instead of actually reading it. When I'm not playing games or at work, I actually like to hang out with friends, just sort of do the whole goofing off thing.
I like to play basketball. I like to hang out with friends, play pool.
I read comics, work on like storylines and sketches.
Go online, you know, like chat and stuff like that, email.
I do like doing outdoor activities. Like at home we do a lot of wakeboarding and jet skiing, and I'm really big into that in the summer.
In school, I really liked English. I like writing. I have a good time writing. I like making up stories.
Well, I love video games, so I started to get like more curious about that and take more like different courses and stuff like that, getting involved in that sort of industry.
I think that'll be my career. Like when I finally figure out what I want to do. I want to do writing. I want to make movies and stuff like that.
For years I've known that I've always wanted to do something like in the graphic world. I can get really creative with different things, and it's just definitely something I can see myself doing.
If I can get like a steady job, that'll be great. I can buy more games, you know, really about games, play more games. I really like games.